Have it. Part of this motion should say aye.
A bill for an
This bill of debate on the Federal University of Livestock and Horticulture, Dadinkoa, Gombe State, to make comprehensive provisions. Honorable members, that the bill be read a second time.
So, Member, morning, Mr. Speaker, to present before this chamber a lead debate on the bill for an act, the Federal University of Livestock and Horticulture Technology, Dadinkoa, Gombe State, Head B 197.
Honorable Rashid.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I am Honorable Abdullahi Rashid, member for an act on horticulture that in Kowa, Gombe State to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration and for related.
Those in support of this bill, we go ahead and have it. Clerk.
Kowa, Gombe State to federal second reading.
Of the day is a motion on investigation of electricity debts owed. Kema is invited to move the motion. By the leave of the House. The seventh order of the day is a motion on standing in the name of Honorable.
Right from Kano, Mr. Speaker. Karailo government of Kano State. The House notes that Section 14 safety and welfare of its citizens shall be primarily purpose of government. Also note that from the erosion have become a threat to houses, farmlands, schools, football fields, and the main road leading to Karaite among community residents, and serious hardship for indigenous people, affecting their social and economic livelihood. Also urge the national and also mandate the Committee on Environment to visit the Kwanya Town, Kara local government of Kano State to assess the level of damage.
Honorable Kalambia.
Mr. Speaker, sir, our state, I stand to second the motion as ably moved by Honorable Sani Rogo.
Nay, that is of it. There is a motion on the need to add of Bauchi State. Stand.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Miriam, please can you approach the chair?
Colleagues, Mr. on the need to address the recent flood, windstorm, and thunderstorm in Party constituency of Bauchi State. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the House note that recently communities are flooding infrastructures. Also note that the scale of the disaster has plunged families into crisis, exposing residents to diseases, that the plight of an relevant humanitarian agency concerned local government areas precipitate the serious humanitarian and security challenges within the affected region, to collaborate with the organizations to provide humanitarian aid, social support, and long-term recovery intervention. 2, the House also urged the Northeast Development Commission to mobilize resources for the rehabilitation and reconstruction of critical infrastructure in the local government area of Bauchi State. Further urged the Federal Ministry of Environment and relevant climate and disaster and climate adaptation measures to mitigate the impact of future flooding, windstorm, and compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. Thank you.
Honorable Mohammed.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Zaki Federal Constituency from Bauchi State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second this very important motion, heavily moved by Jafar Gombe Leko.
Those against should say nay. There is of it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Environment for further legislative action. Appropriation Act to 1st December 2025 and for related matters. Honorable members recall that the bill was committed to the Committee on Supply
The Right Honourable Speaker, distinguished honourable colleagues, I rise to the components of the Act from 30th June 2025 to 31st December 2025 and for related of supply. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader, please can you kindly second?
The Deputy House Leader is so second.
Have it. On issue from the statute, 1,132,548,855,000, of which the sum of 1,70,488,214,675 naira, 4 kobo, based on 33,7,042,273 naira billion, 53,598,256 naira, 97 kobo is fund accrued for ongoing capital 136,039 billion 973 million 932,045 billion 418 million 485,753 naira 26 kobo is for capital cost for the fiscal year 5. Honorable Leke.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Leke Yagba West Mopamuru. The House do consider the reports of the Committee of Customs and Excise sum of 8,855,205 naira 88 kobo for 2025 fiscal year, of which the sum of 1,7,488 million, a 4% FO, 7 million share of import for value-added tax for 2025. 56 naira, 97 kobo is fund accrued for ongoing capital projects. 247 billion, 156 million, 436,799 naira, 39 billion, 2,653 naira, 35 kobo is for overhead cost. While the sum of 743 naira, there in recommendations, I so move. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues.
Honorable Hassan
Point of correction. What?
Honorable Hassan Sheikh Hussein, I rise to second the motion heavily moved by my chairman. I so second.
That is have it. Of supply.
The Right Honourable Speaker, Your Excellency, for consideration of it.
Minority Leader, please. Can you second? Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. '24 Appropriation Act, December 2025, and for related 3 clauses, amendment of the long title, Section 13 and explanatory memorandum carried. Citation. The long title. Thank you. Please, can you move for the House to revert back to plenary? Okay, honorable colleagues, sorry, we still will call on the chairman.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Dr. Leke Abejide, representing Yagba Federal Constituency. Before us here is as we fund them, it has now moved to 4% meet. The most sum of 1.1232 trillion is in page 12 into about 8 places. One is 214,000. They collect value at them that 2% of whatever they collected should be retained by them. The rest goes to projection. It can be more, and it can also be less. Then they have ongoing capital projects.
Are you telling us that the custom will retain how much?
2% of VAT, 7,042,273 naira.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. You proceed.
Okay. They are unable to take to the FEC. Some of them have been submitted to the minister's office immediately after this sitting in Lyon. Is still not spent. Despite last year, they were unable to meet up with their personnel because they could not even pay salary. The salary of custom assistant today, that is the lowest rank in custom. After deduction is in, the salary still remains. But they are hoping this time they'll be able to get this 4% and be able to increase their. So this is why 436,000. They have factored the 100. The superintendent cadre is just the overhead cost is 25 kobo. This overhead is as a result of the areas they cover and that of Senate. And going, the one they didn't gone, so they brought it forward and added it to the new one. That is what made it to be 0. And the total 8 kobo. This is what the budget contains. And another thing that we'll notice is that during the military era, that was when there was the CIS, Cotecna, SGS, and one of our own in Nigeria, Global Scan. They were to, so that time they were doing this job for them. And where for them too, they landed off around 2021, and they are gone. There's no law in the nation. The only legal money they're supposed to collect is the 4% FOB. And that is why we put it in recommended comprehensive import supervision scheme and 7% cost of collection, not backed by any known law in Nigeria. Their only source of income assigned into law by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in LFM Volume 110.
I think to take further decisions. Tribute. Is it an observation or contribution? Okay.
Colleagues, my name is Ahmed. The thorough job done by or near thorough job, sir, by our brother. But I think it's for when you are working on budget, you say ongoing projects, and you provide new projects introduced, you should break them item by item. Construction of social structure, is it provision of, so that we will get to know exactly what is provided for. But now, don't bring together.
Very important observation. The chair, while we will still go ahead and consider, we will expect you tomorrow of all the capital projects.
Thank you, sir. To be done.
Okay. So, honorable colleagues, I think we can go ahead the one after the other.
I think examination of the 2025 so that
please,
we can make that correction.
Can we make correction, please? Thank you for the observation, our leader. So we go recommendation number 3, recommendation number 7. Hello? Which one are you?
My name is, once again, is Ahmed. Because if it's a decree, it needs amendment.
I thought he said there is no any law that has There was no
it's not in
law,
any
it was
LFA in
just a
Nigeria.
kind of policy directive given.
What is quoting FNN is law of the Federation.
That's number 9,
Okay.
right? But number 7, I remember when he was actually explaining, is take it by his words. Number 8, leader, go ahead.
Customs to stop backed by of something that is not backed by law.
But it doesn't hurt if you put it. It doesn't offend anything. But I think
The same issue, the same.
so. If we put it in the comprehensively, wrong with that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I think, my name is Ahmed Idris. I think I plan in terms of revenue and it's not captured. Then we can now come to...
Honorable Wasi did not, the service providers, and I mentioned their names. Kotekna, SGS, and later they brought in that time we call it part of this money, banks, and to the Ministry of Finance and Central Bank of Nigeria. So if you want to pay the seats, so that was the work of custom. Could not, there is no SGS, no global scan, and where 14 has been asked to round up, that customs should be taken in CISS. A meeting, they were not given. We passed the law in this parliament.
The version passed by the Senate. Have you
I think it's
agreed
tomorrow.
with the Senate
We have
Commission?
the same decision, sir.
The same
The same
with the Senate?
with the Senate.
And you have mutually discussed this?
Looking into this because they know that.
It's okay, please, you can sit down. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, sir, the wonderful job that this committee has done. First and foremost, sir, Mr. Chairman, distinguished honorable colleagues, having is the diversion of one of the challenges is what this factor by law that why and the committee chairman by this resolution. I think what this House should do is for us to even support and back him up because revenue, sir, they have relieved those this House should.
Okay, leader. I'm sure at this moment, these 8 and 9. Recommendations here from the leader. What?
By the time here, fee as their own customs. Sometimes I know 4% should be their own.
Nothing wrong with that, sir. What the federation account. So what
Takes
it works
care of
well only, sir.
everything.
The only source they have for now. Okay, sir.
We'll limit it.
Let us amend. It's federal government's money.
Okay, thank you. Since you have ceded to that, Honorable Wase,
could benefit from that one. And I'm giving my own support and then with amendment to the system that other institutions are also benefiting. Thank you, sir.
thank you for the contribution. So, honorable colleagues, on number 10, free on board by Mr. President. Leader, please can you...
Colleagues, Abdullah.
Minority Leader, please can you second motion, say aye. Committee of Supply extend the capital components for related matters. And the long title, consider the report of the Committee on Nigerian Customs Services, 148 million fiscal year, of which 114,000 service, 87 kobo is for billion, 247 billion, 26 kobo is 132,000. 45 billion, 400 capital cost for the fiscal amended of the report. The leader of the House.
For adoption of all the reports.
Colleagues, I rise to second the motion.
Aye. Those against the Nigerian Police Trust Fund Act, provision of security equipment, members will recall that the Committee on Police, please go ahead.
An act to amend the Nigerian Police provision of security equipment, Mr. Speaker.
Any second? No? Honorable
Representing Jamsa.
Of the Committee on Governmental Affairs, National Lottery Amendment Act, geographical boundaries of the federating related matters. Honorable Nwachuku present the reports on behalf of the chairman.